Commander Vera stood 7 feet tall with azure skin that rippled with cybernetic enhancements, her forearms ending in claws that could tear through titanium plating. She had conquered 17 worlds for the Galactic Dominion, each victory cementing her reputation as the most feared warrior in known space. The scars across her face told stories of battles against creatures that would give nightmares to lesser beings. Today she faced what her intelligence reports called humanity's greatest champion. The human settlement on Kepler 442b had lasted 3 months longer than projected against the Dominion's assault forces. Vera had personally led the final siege, expecting to crush another primitive species that barely understood interstellar travel. Instead, she found organized resistance, tactical brilliance, and a stubborn refusal to surrender that intrigued her warrior's mind. The humans requested single combat to determine their world's fate. It was an ancient custom the Dominion respected, though Vera considered it a formality. She had never lost such a challenge. The human champion emerged from the settlement's main gate as dawn broke over the scarred battlefield. Vera blinked in surprise at the slight figure approaching her position. The warrior stood perhaps 5.5 feet tall with auburn hair pulled back in a practical braid. Her equipment appeared primitive compared to Vera's powered exoskeleton and plasma weapons. "I am Captain Lisa Martinez of the Colonial Defense Corps," the human announced, her voice carrying across the silent field. "I accept your challenge. On behalf of Earth Colony 7. Vera activated her suit's external speakers. "I am Commander Vera of the 3rd Assault Legion. You are smaller than I expected, human. Are you certain your people wish to send a child to face me?" Lisa's response came without hesitation. "Size isn't everything, Commander. Shall we begin?" The formal combat zone measured 100 meters square, marked by energy barriers that would contain their battle. Vera's tactical computer analyzed her opponent continuously, noting the human's relaxed stance and steady breathing. Either Lisa was supremely confident or completely naive about what faced her. Vera decided to end this quickly. She launched herself forward with her suit's jump jets, covering 30 meters in seconds while extending her primary claws. The human would have milliseconds to react before those claws found their target. Lisa rolled sideways at the last possible moment, her movement so fluid it seemed rehearsed. Vera's claws struck empty ground, sending up a shower of sparks and debris. Before she could recover, something struck her left shoulder with enough force to stagger her massive frame. The human had somehow circled behind her and delivered a precise blow to a joint in her armor. Vera spun around, all 4 arms sweeping, in wide arcs but found only empty space. "Impressive reflexes," Lisa called from somewhere to Vera's right. "But you telegraph your attacks." Vera's blood heated with the first stirrings of actual challenge. She activated her suit's sensor array, flooding the area with electromagnetic pulses that should reveal any hidden opponents. The readings showed Lisa standing openly 20 meters away, hands empty, apparently unarmed. This time Vera approached more carefully, using her suit's ranged weapons. Plasma bolts scorched the air where Lisa had been standing, but the human moved like liquid mercury, always one step ahead of the targeting systems. When Vera tried to anticipate her movements, Lisa changed direction in ways that defied the Dominion's combat algorithms. "Your armor makes you strong," Lisa observed, ducking under another plasma burst. "But it also makes you predictable." The human suddenly stopped retreating. Instead, she sprinted directly toward Vera's position, closing the distance faster than seemed physically possible for an unaugmented being. Vera raised all 4 arms to intercept, confident that no organic creature could penetrate her defenses. Lisa slid under Vera's guard and struck 3 specific points on the commander's torso in rapid succession. Each impact sent vibrations through the armor's internal structure. On the 3rd strike, warning lights flashed across Vera's heads-up display as primary power systems fluctuated. Vera staggered backward, her massive frame suddenly feeling clumsy and unresponsive. "How did you know those were vulnerable points?" "I've had 3 months to study your technology," Lisa replied, circling like a predator despite being a fraction of Vera's size. "Your people aren't the first to underestimate human adaptability." The armor's backup systems engaged, restoring partial functionality, But Vera now understood she faced something unprecedented. This human had turned observation and analysis into weapons more dangerous than any plasma cannon. Vera abandoned ranged combat and closed to melee distance, using her natural reach advantage and superior strength. Her claws sparked against Lisa's defensive gauntlets as the human deflected strikes that should have been impossible to counter. Each time Vera thought she had cornered her opponent, Lisa found angles of escape that her tactical computer insisted were geometrically impossible. "You fight without honor," Vera growled, frustration mounting as another combination of strikes missed their target. "I fight to win," Lisa corrected, landing another precise blow that sent feedback through Vera's neural interface. "Honor is a luxury my people can't afford." The battle continued for another 20 minutes, with Vera growing increasingly desperate as her advantages eroded. Her armor's power cells drained faster than anticipated due to the human's targeted attacks. Her movements became more predictable as fatigue set in despite her enhanced physiology. Lisa, meanwhile, seemed to grow stronger as the fight progressed. Her strikes found their marks with increasing frequency, each one calculated to maximize damage to Vera's equipment while avoiding lethal force. Finally, Vera's primary weapon systems failed completely. Her armor locked up as emergency protocols, engaged to prevent catastrophic power failure. She stood immobilized, breathing heavily through her helmet's ventilation system. Lisa approached slowly, her hands visible and empty. "Do you yield, Commander?" Vera had never spoken those words. In combat, her pride as a warrior of the Dominion demanded continued resistance even in the face of certain defeat. But as she looked at this small human who had systematically dismantled her technological superiority through skill and determination alone, she felt something she had never experienced before. "Respect. I yield," Vera said quietly. "Your world has earned its freedom, Captain Martinez." Lisa nodded and stepped back. "Thank you, Commander. I hope your people will consider peaceful coexistence instead of conquest." As Vera's technical crew worked to restore her armor's basic functions, she found herself studying the human colony with new appreciation. These beings had taken a world that barely supported life and transformed it into something worth fighting for. They had faced impossible odds with inadequate resources and refused to surrender. Perhaps strength came in forms the Dominion had never considered. When her transport arrived to collect the defeated assault force, Vera transmitted a recommendation that would change galactic Dominion policy toward humanity forever. Some species, she reported, were more dangerous as enemies than valuable as subjects. The small human had taught the galaxy's greatest warrior a lesson in humility that would resonate across the stars.